Hey Moglets, so today we're doing a little guide on how to get a special relic you actually shouldn't be able to get yet this early into the game. I do want to apologize for the horrible video quality. I can't recreate any of this stuff. Some settings were messed up, blah, blah, blah. Should be good enough to understand what's going on at least. Secondly, there might be some advanced moving mechanics you will need for this, so we're going to go over those shortly. Ged here essentially showed me how to do this, but we are voicing over the footage here to make it a little bit more coherent. The first little piece of movement tech is a pretty simple one. Most people probably know about this already, but essentially using your 3 dodges while you are gliding somewhere helps you get there a little bit faster and keeps your altitude up. This isn't something you necessarily need for this, but it's just a good overall handy little trick. This next trick is called the infinite climb. Essentially what you do is let go of the wall, double jump, and then press forward to go back onto the wall, and this will not use any stamina or endurance, and you can essentially climb forever. If you have default controls on keyboard and mouse, Control, space, space, W. Press that combination of 4 keys basically as fast as you can, you'll gain some altitude without losing endurance. This again is very useful for many situations, but you definitely could need it for what we're doing today. So, and this last movement mechanic is to essentially get over ridges like this, where you can't just straight climb, and you're basically doing the same thing as the Control, space, space, W, but instead you're using Shift. Shift, space, space, W, so you move forward before you hit Shift again to dodge. It takes some practice to get good at it, but it's not too hard. Anyway, this quest starts pretty much in the Bongus region. I'm not sure how to pronounce that, but it's the second region. You can see where we're teleporting here on the map, the Omnium Tower of Bongus. And from here, you're gonna go mostly north until you find this giant construction with a bunch of wires hanging off of it. And yeah, you're basically gonna be climbing one of the wires all the way up there. This is by far the hardest part of the quest, but once you get through this, it's basically easy sailing. You want to look to the left, there's going to be a cable, the cable we're going to climb. If you do have a teleport tower, you can teleport in that direction, but you'll see where we are in a second. This is the approximate location on the map. It's pretty easy to spot in the open world because there will be these 3 fire cube things. It will also be next to a wire that goes down, but we are going on the one that goes up like this. There is one quick note. If you do have the cybernetic arm, now is the time to equip it. You get this arm for 99 cents in the shop. I understand if you're completely fully free to play, that will be an issue. This makes it a lot easier, but it is possible to do it without. I tried to do it completely without, but there was one time I slipped off, used it accidentally, but it is possible without. But essentially you hop on the wire and start going up. There will be a couple things you might have to jump over. You should be pretty careful here. You can more or less run as usual for this part. And then here, we can continue to run up. You can run up a deceptively long way, even though it gets very steep, you can continue to run up. And after about the second one of these little cable ties that hold all these cables together, you will want to be more careful. Try and mostly stay on this little pipe here, or you will slip off as I almost did there. You have to take it pretty slow, try and stay like pretty center here. So far this isn't too hard, but we're getting to this point now, and this is where it gets a little harder. So you want to try and stand on this tiny little ledge here, and then you have to hold your jetpack and aim it a little bit off to the side so you go out and up. And this is potentially where you need the infinite climb technique. We did eventually figure out that you actually don't need to do this technique. You do have enough stamina as long as you've eaten a couple of mushrooms that get your endurance bar a little bit better. I do decide to go ahead and try the shift space space W shift technique to get over the ledge here instead of using the glider for some reason. I think I just forgot here's where we use the jetpack because I had failed and fallen off already, and this is my second attempt. But as you can see, that was a pretty good example. We didn't use any stamina at all, and it worked out. Much more beautiful example than earlier, so I wanted to leave that in. So as you can see, we actually can get up there without using any infinite climb techniques or something, but here's where I use the grapple. As you can see, flipped off there and then did use grapple to make my way up there. There should be a space there you can just stand, but apparently it's so very precise that a lot of the time you'll just fall off. So I recommend spending 99 cents or just waiting until we have access to this quest, you know, normally. But anyway, once you make it there and you add another sort of resting point, you want to go ahead and use the jetpack again, try and get up as high as possible. Apparently you do want to climb as we are climbing on the side of the cable. That seems to be the best. And here we're going to get up to another sort of rest spot. There's very little actual space here. It was very handy to have Ged, so because he kind of knows the pixel perfect locations apparently. And when you get to this point, you're nearly done. There's like 2 more cable ties to go, but here is where you will need infinity climb again. It's really not that hard. It takes a few tries to get it right, but and there were a couple times I normal jumped while climbing because my timing was a little off, but as long as that doesn't happen too often, you should have plenty of endurance to get all the way up. I don't know for sure if there's anywhere you can rest here. I didn't want to try because we had already gotten so far, and falling at this point would hurt a lot. So I just hoped I can continue doing the perfect climb without accidentally jumping before releasing. When you get here to where the cables are actually going into this little circular object here, I don't know if you can continue perfect climbing at this point, so you will need a little bit of stamina to regular climb the rest of the way. As you can see, I did try it there, but I couldn't latch on, so just regular climb the rest of the way. Thankfully, you're almost there. And once you make it to this part, you can start breathing again. The hard part is over. From there, you turn around. There's a little chest if you want. Just be careful. I decided to get my glider out just in case. As you can see, this chest won't unlock for another 85 hours. Just another indication we shouldn't actually be here yet. But yeah, from the chest location, go ahead and use your jetpack again, and you can get up here. The quality is so horrible, but hopefully you can make out what's going on. There is a space rift in this area. I recommend you basically make a beeline there in case something happens and you leave the area. You can always teleport back here again. And here in this amusement park, there'll be some vending machines. I couldn't get this one that Ged first showed me to work, but there are a couple of other vending machines that did work, and you're gonna search those, and you're gonna hope you get an iced strawberry soda. This is what you'll need for later on in the quest. It is possible you get something else, and if that's the case, check the other vending machines, and if you still don't get an iced strawberry soda, then you'll have to make one. Apparently this is something you can make with strawberries and some recipe. We never went over the details because I just got the strawberry soda here, but I'll try and leave this in a pinned comment or the description or something in case you do get to this point and do not get an iced strawberry soda from the vending machine. So once you get the strawberry soda, you're going to want to head down here, still in Bongus, whatever, at the southern end of it at this teleporter. You can always just walk there if you don't have it unlocked yet. By the way, if you want to get rid of the ball here on the statue, you have to use the strange cube. You get the strange cube from one of the domains and you can just pop it off like that. But yeah, essentially keep going to the southern corner of Bongus and you'll get to a cliff. Go ahead and jetpack jump off of that, and you'll see a bit of an island off in the distance. Because the video quality is so bad and because the fact it was kind of raining and fogging, it was a little hard to see in the video, honestly. But if you look around, when you get to this island, you will spot this big rusty sort of construction, and this is where you want to go next. Talk to the hyena guard here. You will have some dialogue options, but I don't think this matters yet. So just pick whatever. I picked the bottom ones. And he should give you a quest then. Hyena's Bongus base. Look for clues to get inside Hyena's base. From there, you're going to want to essentially go to the other side of Bongus here at Bongus Dock. Yeah, it's easier if I just show you the location on the map, honestly. And at Bongus Dock, there should be a robot dude called Loswall. And you're going to want to talk to him. And from there, you essentially follow the quest. So we're going to go back to where we just were. Space Rift, Signal Station Ruins. And we're going back to the same place we were before. We're not stopping on the island this time. We're just taking the wave border straight to this weird, rusty construction looking thing. And once again, you're going to talk to the hyena guard. This time, I'm pretty sure you do have to pick all of the bottom dialogue options. I accidentally skipped through that one a little too fast. And then you're in the hyena base. If you go up the stairs here, there'll be a little thing on the wall. You want to check that, the hyena classified. Read that, exit it out, and you're pretty much done here. You can go on top of the house and jump over to this platform with a treasure chest on it. There's another tablet on the ground I went ahead and checked out. Gad said that wasn't necessary, but you can do that if you want. And then we're heading back to the place where we climbed up the cables, back to that carnival. And from the teleporter, you want to essentially go along this railing here, the sort of water bridge, until you get to this sort of red marker there, and then you want to jump down and jump pretty much all the way back down. And we mainly did this to unlock the other space station so you have another teleport point. So it's not strictly necessary to do this, but if you want to, it's a good time to do it. But from here, keep going left. You'll find another one of these statues with the ball on him. Good little marker to know you're going in the right direction. When I say left, that's the direction you are facing in the mini-map. And around this location, you should see another one of these rusty constructions. We have another hyena guard here. We are again choosing the bottom dialogue options, and then you are allowed inside the carnival. At this point, you talk to this big dude sitting here, and this is where the strawberry soda comes into play because you need to give him that. And when you give him the strawberry soda, he will give you console components, which you'll need later. While you're here, jump up on this little platform. There's going to be another hyena member. Give him some sizzling meat, and you'll get something else. I don't know if we'll actually need this for the quest, but you'll get a Voyager engine. This might be for something else later, but while you're here, you may as well pick it up. And again, we are teleporting back to Cetus Island, and pretty nearby the teleporter, you can check the sort of relative distance in the minimap up there. We're going on some more railing, and down there you can see some towers. That is our next goal. There are 3 of these towers spread across in a pretty small distance, and going a little bit further ahead, you can see the other 2 we need to hit on the right here and on the left here. We are just starting with the closest one here, and somewhere in the middle of the tower there is an entrance to this room. Here, there's a console. You have to enter a password. I don't know if this information is anywhere. Ged just gave me the password. The password here is 5, 10% off, 7-2. If everything worked out, you can activate it and you will get a little cutscene here. Moving on to the next closest tower, there will be some enemies here. Once you clear them out, you'll need to repair some of these machines. And to do that, you'll need some fine gifts. And from those fine gifts, you have to select tool set. You'll need a total of 4 of these. Then you go around to these sparking machines and repair them. There are 2 inside and 1 outside. And then you want to go ahead and hit device activation. And once you do that, you should get another cutscene. Moving on to the last tower here, we went ahead and went back to Cetus Island. So we don't have to climb up a giant rock. Just a little bit easier when you can start so high. For this one, there is nothing special you have to do. If you were following the guide so far, you just have to affix the components I believe you got from the really big dude, and then you can go ahead and activate this one as well. Once you do that, this middle thing should have 3 green symbols, which means it is activated. And now we're gonna head there. Back to more or less where we started, under the big cable island thing with this big beam coming off of it, and now it is an active teleporter. We're going to enter the ecological park, and when you spawn in here, there will be several chests you can go ahead and unlock, so that's always kind of cool also. But more importantly, in this intro of all that, you have your Colossus Arm. You just got to repair that, and then boom, you got it. Here's a little demo of it. Again, sorry about the bad quality because I am kind of trying to showcase something here now. But yeah, it's very, very cool. It's very strong in some actual combat, but here it is, just its special ability there, come crashing down. Reminds me a lot of Bronya from Honkai Impact. Here you can see a little bit of the gameplay. Again, very low quality, but it is what it is, I guess. We are kind of mostly bashing on a guy with a shield, so you can't see too much, but it's doing a lot of damage. You can see my damage ranking up there. Usually Ged and I are pretty even, but I'm using the arms and he's not, so. But that is essentially it. That was the guide. Hopefully it was easy enough to follow along. If you enjoyed, make sure to drop a like on the video. Subscribing if you haven't done so yet is also greatly appreciated. Thanks, as always, for watching, and until next time.